understand that no, if we get married, they don't come first. It's you. Once you become, and I learned that, like,
You said
it's an
if
order.
if you get married, your husband will become priority, and then the children.
That's the biblical order, right? So I try and go by the biblical order, even though that's harder said than done. And I've been on the other side of that not happening twice. And it does interfere a little bit because you're like, when you get married, right? And you become someone's wife, and then there are other things that come before you feel it immediately, especially when you've been waiting to be a wife and be first, or feel like desired in that position. Like, it can be a thing. You can be a thing, and it's harder to say as a mom with two kids, because nothing should come before your
No,
kids.
I don't like should,
Right.
There's no should, like everybody has what works for them. And like the Bible says this, and this may work for this. And you can believe in the Bible and then still feel this way.
Okay, so LaToya Luckett recently did this interview, and basically, she was just talking about the fact that when she gets into another relationship, or when she, does get married, she's going to make sure to prioritize the relationship between her and her husband, make that a priority within their household, even though she has children, and to make sure that, their connection is always, strong, and, she's always tending to her husband's needs first, prior to her children, just making sure that the home front is good and balanced. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do want to say this though. You see, this is why it is such a big deal before you have children, to make sure that you are vetting the person properly, to make sure that you are in a, not just in a relationship, and not just in a relationship that has been together for a long time. Because time does not equate to a great relationship. Just because you've been in a relationship with somebody for 4 or 5 years does not mean that you guys have an amazing relationship. It just means that you two have been together for 4 or 5 years. But if the work has not been put in, if you guys are not on one accord, if you guys are not seeing eye to eye, bringing a child into the equation is not going to all of a sudden put a Band-Aid over the inner issues that you have. What it's actually going to do is expose those issues. And if you already are having trouble with differences, it's going to expose more differences for you guys to have to work through. And that's just truth. A lot of people are in spaces where, oh, well, we've been together for 3 to 6 months. He need to hurry up and put a ring on it, and he need to hurry up and marry me if he gonna marry me. Get married in the 3 to 6 months. Oh, okay, well, I said I wanted to have a baby within the next year, so we need to hurry up and have a baby. Have the baby. Next thing you know, y'all sitting here arguing, fussing, fighting, can't get along. Talking about y'all need to go to marriage counseling when y'all should have done that from the beginning. Y'all should have taken time to get to know each other instead of, working with this imaginary clock that you have in your brain of how things are supposed to be. The reason why this is so important is because when you are now growing your family, and you as a wife are putting your husband's needs first, it is also your children's father. So what they are seeing, especially if you have sons, okay, daughters too, but especially if you have sons, because what they are seeing is, oh, okay, this is how my mommy is treating my daddy. This is how a woman is supposed to treat me. This is how I am supposed to be treated as a man. Right? But when it becomes a kind of a cross where it is now a stepfather, it can be more difficult for you to put the needs of your husband first in front of your children, because one, they only have known mommy, right? They're used to just you and their own dad. Maybe they go to his house sometime, your house, whatever it is. And now they're in a space that you are putting this new person's needs in front of them, and now they're looking at you a certain way, because now they're like, okay, well, Who is this stranger? Now you're forcing us to like him. But not only are you forcing us to like him, but now you are also creating a wedge between us and them, because now we're looking at him like, how come he takes precedence over us when you just met him? It can cause conflict. Whether the conflict can be resolved or whether, it's just growing pains, it just causes kind of like an unnecessary uncomfortability. Whereas it could have been a beautiful learning experience if it was the parents that stayed together. Obviously, we know that that's not realistic. We know that there are people who go through things. Sometimes after the children are born, that's when all the problems are exposed, and not every relationship is going to work out. That's just the truth, right? That's just reality. When you are in a relationship, as she stated, because LaToya is speaking from a place of, she said that she has been in a relationship where she is now in a relationship with a man who has children, and she's on the back burner. So she is saying, well, I don't like how that felt for me, so I'm going to keep that in mind as I navigate through having a relationship with my partner. Now I'm going to keep in mind, I remember what it was like for me to be on the back burner. I don't want my partner to feel that way. So since I don't want him to feel that way, I'm going to make sure that I prioritize his needs. It's necessary. A lot of people have this mindset, oh, well, what does that mean? You're going to serve him first, or he going to do what the kids need to eat? And then a lot of people get so nitpicky with it. But the whole point is just having that as a priority, because there are people who get into relationships and they prioritize their kids' needs, their kids' wants, their kids' this. They can't go on a date because they feel like they're going to miss their children. They can't do anything. They're all wrapped up and engulfed in their children and their children's lives. And that is all well and fine if you want to be single. But you are now, you have to also understand that this person is coming in with their own needs. This person is also coming in who is going to be another support system for these said children. And this person also needs to be very comfortable with the situation that they're coming into. It's vital. It does not mean that you're going to, abandon your children to be with somebody. That's foolishness. It just means that you're going to prioritize. Prioritize means that you are going to make sure that you set the tone to let it be known, okay, when y'all go to bed, don't be coming up here talking about you going to come in and sleep in mom's room. You can't do that. That's not what it is no more. We're going to have to, okay, we have our time. Yes, I can play with you, but I also have to have time to go do mommy things. Order. All it is order. There was so many women, oh, no, I could keep that because ain't no man going to be in front of my kid. Oh, well, I might as well. Oh, well, this. Okay, well, have it then. Do whatever it is. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, you do that. But when you are not getting the outcomes that you would have preferred to get out of a relationship, and when your kids grow up, leave you in the house by yourself because they go off to live their own lives, and you are then twiddling your thumbs talking about you don't know what to do, you don't got no man, you don't got nobody, that's going to be up to you. Okay? I don't see anything wrong with what she said. I completely understand her point of view, and I think she's coming from a place of understanding, especially being on the other side of the conversation. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.